Hello, everybody. How are you today? I hope you're all doing well. I'm so excited to be with you again this week. I'm Sheena Cooney, and today we'll be doing listening and speaking. So, today we are going to hopefully have a nice group discussion, and please use your chat box to send messages or put up your hand, and we will try and get you as soon as possible. But it's awesome to have you. And then we're going to today's lesson do book reports and book reviews. So it's all about how to look at a book and how to get to know what's in the book. So we're going to be doing that. And then we're going to answer questions about it. That shows that you kind of know what it's about. We're going to identify who the author is, the title, the illustrator, the publisher. Okay. And if you don't know what the publisher is the person who actually prints the book. Okay, so when you write a book, you take it to your publisher and they print it so that we can read it or we can write. Okay. Give an opinion with a reason, so your point of view, but you need a good reason so that it shows that you really know about the book. Determine genre. Now, I know genre sounds like a strange word. Genre actually just means what type of book. Is it a true story, which is nonfiction? Is it fiction? Is it a fable? Is it a fantasy? Is it a folk story, legend, a myth? Okay, so those are your different genres. All right, you'll be using that a lot when you do book reviews, and matching words with the meanings just to see if you can understand them. So, do you know what these are? Right. Mohammed, do you know what these are? Okay. So we have, let's have a look here. Right, yes, they are books. Well done, they are books. But you notice that they're all different books as well. So we have Silly Mr. Harper. We have A Magical Day for Dreaming. I Can Play a Ball Game. So we have a number of different books on display. Surfing Sally, Mary Climbs the Magic Tree. So you can see different books. Okay. So now we are going to look at each book cover. And I'm going to show them again to you. All right. So we're going to look at each cover, and I've put a letter beside each one. So we have A, B, C, or D. And each letter will go with a different book cover. You know which one you're talking about. So at least when you're writing things down, you can say, okay, A is this book, B is this book, C is this book, D is this book. And if I ask you which book you like or you'd like to read, at least you can say to me, I like book A, I like book B. Now, we haven't got to the books yet. We're going to them now. So let's have a look. I'll show you an example. Okay, so that's important. Take some notes. So we're going to look at book covers. Each slide will have a letter. Each letter will have a different book cover. I'm going to ask you what each one is about and which one you think you would like to read. Okay. So, what do you think this book is about? So this is A, Silly Mr. Harper. Okay. I see a few hands raised there. Okay, Bryce, you say it's about a silly man. See, Claire, you say the old man is silly. Very good. Okay, so we've got the part where it's a silly man, and we've got the part where he's old. Okay, Silly grown-up. Okay, so if you look at the cover and you look at the heading and the picture, do you think it's something you would like to read? Maybe, maybe not. Okay, so I've got a good answer here. Someone said a silly old grandpa. So some of you would like to read the book, some of you wouldn't like to read the book. So luckily, it's not the only book we have. Okay, so we have B. What do you think this book is about? So it says Surfing Sally by Mary Duncan. Okay, so just looking at the picture, I know you haven't read the book. What do you think this one is going to be about? A clever girl, very good. Sally is a surfer, very good. A little girl named Sally who likes surfing. A girl who's good at surfing. Surfer. Oh, I've got some lovely answers. So I see that you all realize that it is about surfing and a little girl who surfs. Now, do you think you would want to read this book maybe? Okay, Slutanda, you not your kind of book. Rafana, no. Some of you like it. Okay, Jordan, we're just looking at books and we're going to talk about books today. Okay, and we've just started the lesson. So if you don't understand, just stay with us. Okay. What do you think this book is about? So we have C. I can play ball games. Ooh, who would like to read that book? Written by Robert King. Different sports. Well, you definitely would not like to read that book. How about you boys? Oh, yes, I see some of you guys would love to play some of these sports. Very good. Okay, so let's go into the next one. What do you think this book is about? We have B, and we have Mary Climbs the Magic Tree. Mary Climbs the Magic Tree. Would this be a book, maybe? I see someone says, yay, me. Very good. Yes, it's about a magic tree. Good. And you also know this because you're looking at the picture. Okay, so let's take a closer look at each book. Okay, so stay with me. All right, so this book, you can see by the cover that it's about an old man or an old grandpa. Okay, so now I'm just going to read it through for you. Silly Mr. Harper is a collection of short stories about Mr. Harper and the trouble he has with his hair. Mr. Harper is going bald. Going on a picnic, he just can't seem to find the right spot. And baking a cake. Needless to say, more than one attempt was needed. But thanks to some clever, attentive children who came up with bright solutions, Mr. Harper's problems are solved. The stories are bound to have your child laughing out loud, and they are written in rhyme, which makes reading fun for young ones, so much fun. And it has an email address, and it says by Nikki Jacobs, published by Brainwave Projects. Okay, so this one isn't just one story. It's a collection of 3 short stories about Mr. Harper. Okay? So when we get asked about a book report or book review, there are certain questions you will be asked. Okay? So first of all, what is the title of the book? So who can send me a message in chat and tell me what is the title of the book? Very good. Silly Mr. Harper. Well done. Who is the author of the book? Who knows who the author of this book is? You look at closely at the bottom. Now, remember, when you give a name of an author in a book report, remember to give the teacher or give whoever's asking you the full name. Okay, because there may be a lot of people with the surname Jacobs and there may be a lot of people with the surname Nikki. So well done. I'm reading all the answers here and everybody's found the author, Nikki Jacobs. Well done. It is very, very good work. Okay, so do you think it is a book for someone with a sense of humor or not? Now, a sense of humor means that it is funny. Okay, I know you can't see my face right now. My video is off. It just gives me a clearer picture of the page. Okay, so I'm going to leave it off sometimes so that I can also see the same page that you see much more clearly. Okay, so do you think this book is for someone who likes to laugh? Yes, okay, but how do you know that? How do you know that it's a book for someone with a sense of humor? Does it give you an idea in the summary? It's funny, yes. Why do you think it's funny? Okay, so if we had to read the actual summary, very good, Praise, because it says it will shortly make you laugh. Very good, Sandle, Duncan, Pearl, good, good, good. I'm loving this. You guys are doing well. Well done. If you look, it says Mr. Harper's problems are solved. And then it says the stories are bound to have your child laughing out loud. So that tells you that it is going to be a funny story. Well done, everyone. Okay, so now the fourth question that will always probably pop up is who are the publishers of this book? Now, the publisher, remember I told you earlier, the publisher is the person that makes sure the book is actually in print and gets put into the bookshops and gets sold. So who published the book? Well done. Grade 5s, you're doing very well. Brainwave, well done. It says at the bottom that this book is written by Nikki Jacobs, published by Brainwave Projects. Now remember, don't just say Brainwave, always say the whole word. Very good, Pearl. Brainwave Projects. Sumaya, very good. That's looking really good. Well done. Right, we're going to go on to the second book, and we're just going to go through that. So now you have an idea of what to do. I'm going to ask you 4 questions. You will be able to see it on the cover, and you'll be able to see it in the summary that I'm going to read with you. Okay? Right. So if you look at the picture, we see the title, Surfing Sally. We see it's written by Mary Duncan. We look at the image of the book, and there's mountains in the background, there's the ocean, there's the sand, there's a kite blowing. And often when you see a kite blowing and the waves turning, then you know that it's a bit of a windy day. There's 2 little dogs running along with the little girl along the beach. She's wearing a wetsuit and she's running along with her surfboard. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the summary for you. Okay, you can read along with me. Surfing Sally is a story inspired by life at the southwestern tip of Africa. Both the author and illustrator, Wendy McKeague, lived there, sandwiched between mountain and sea on the Cape Peninsula. So the southwestern tip of Africa, or the Cape Peninsula, is basically on the point of Africa, like the areas like Cape Town, okay, or Jeffreys Bay or Plettenberg Bay. This story is for anyone from age 2 to 100 who appreciates the delights of our natural world. For Sally, surfing is the best way to enjoy life. She and her 2 salty dogs live in a cabin near the beach. When the ocean calls, the trio sets off to enjoy a day at the seaside. This is truly a magical story about the excitement of being in nature and surfing. And it's written by Mary Duncan, published by Milkwood Media. Okay, so now we're going to go through our questions. Okay, so there's the bibliography. Okay, and I just want to, here we go, there's our very first question. What is the title of the book? Okay, so very good. The title of the book is Surfing Sally. Well done. Partner, are you okay there? Are you enjoying the stories? I can see you. Hello. Okay, so now what we're going to do is see Papalo and Luto and Naledi and Joshua, you've all said Surfing Sally. So well done. Good job. That was easy, wasn't it? Not so hard. Okay, let's do the next one. Who's the author of the book? Who is the author of the book? Well done. Well done. Mary Duncan. Mary Duncan. Good. I see some of you writing. Are you making notes? That's awesome. Well done. You're saving your information for later, which is a very, very good thing. So, number 3, is the book for someone with a sense of humor, or someone who's serious, or someone who likes exciting books? Give me a few ideas. Okay, so who do you think the book is for? Someone who likes nature. Very good. That's true, because it's got the mountain and the sea. Well done. Adventure, someone who loves adventure, because you must remember she's probably going to go into the sea and she's probably going to surf, and there's all kind of sea animals that she's not afraid of. She thinks it's exciting and wonderful. Fearless person, well done. Someone who loves excitement. This is brilliant. You guys are doing good. Someone who likes exciting books. Someone who likes sea and animals. This is wonderful. Even someone who likes sport, because it's surfing. Okay, so well done. You guys are really doing well, eh? My goodness, you all deserve some ice cream after dinner. Okay, so who are the publishers of this book? Who are the publishers? So who printed this book? Okay, now remember, give me the whole word, not just half a word. Okay, yes, it's Milkwood Media. Well done. That was easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay, so now let's get to the real nitty-gritty. Okay, I put together some words. I don't know if some of you noticed that these words were actually in bold in the summary of stories. Okay, so we have these words and meanings not match. Meanings are mixed up. Okay, so I'm first going to read through the words. We have inspired, illustrated, sandwiched, featured, diagnosed, and fantastic. Those are the words. Now, we have to look at the meanings on the right-hand side and see which word they go with. So yeah, a few meanings I put down for you. We have grew, in between, fanciful, identified, displayed, encouraged. So now if you had to draw your own table, for example, or write down the words, you wrote the word inspired, which meaning you think in the meanings block would go beside inspired? Would it be grew, in between, fanciful, identified, displayed, or encouraged? Write down what you think, because when I show you the word, I want you to pick it correct or write the correct answer beside it, okay? So write it down. Okay, wow. Ooh, I think we're on track here. I see a lot of good answers. Yes, that's it. Are you ready for the answer? Ooh, well done. Encouraged. Well done. If you wrote encouraged, that's also fine. It's still correct. Well done. So if you inspire someone, you encourage someone. Like you guys, every day that you come and join our class, you inspire me, because I'm so excited to be able to be here for you, to help you during lockdown. Okay, so you inspire me because, wow, there's all these children out there in grade 5s out there that really want to learn. And even if you're tired, so that's really amazing. So you inspire and you encourage me, okay? And hopefully I can do the same for you with your learning. Right, so illustrated is the next one. Illustrated is a very big word, but most books have, for children especially, have illustrations on them. So that's your clue. Most books have illustrations on them. Okay, so what do you think illustrated means? So we look, is it, now we've already used encourage, so we're not going to use that one. We've used it. Oh, nice. I'm liking these answers. It's like all the hands in class are up. I have to give everyone stickers because they all look right. This is awesome. Okay, you ready for my answer? I don't think any of you got it wrong. Okay, you ready? True. Well done. And that, my dears, is a difficult word. Illustrated is not an easy word to remember, especially if you don't use it often. And I think everybody said true that I saw come up. You didn't get a chance, I'm sorry, but well done, guys. Well done. Okay, next one. You've got to know this one. Okay, sandwiched. We all eat sandwiches, so why would I use the word sandwiched? Who knows? Is it, we've got to, we don't need that one. We've got encouraged, so it's not that one. So you left with displayed, identified, fanciful, and put in between. Oh, nice. Okay, this is looking good. Oops. Squash, someone said squashed. Okay, but that word's not up there, so we can't use that one. All right, okay. You get that right, put in between. Well done. See, sandwich, it's like a sandwich. You put your meat and you put your cheese and all the yummy stuff in between the two slices of bread. So it's between, so it's sandwiched. So if you look at the picture, there's a reason why they actually put this word here, because remember the book of Surfing Sally. On the picture was the mountains at the back and the sea in the front. And the lady who actually wrote the story, she lives in between the mountains and the sea. So she's sandwiched between the two. Okay. Right, featured. Let's look at the next word, featured. Ooh, that's not an easy one. Okay, so we've got fanciful, identified, and displayed. So if you're featured, for example, if your favorite movie star is featured in the latest movie, what do you think? Yes, you guys are getting it. This is brilliant. Oh, I love it. Yes, 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 look at this. Yes, well done. Displayed, very good. You guys are good. Okay, so now you've got 2 left. So I think you're going to be fine. Diagnose. If you're diagnosed, if something is diagnosed, car is diagnosed with exhaust problems, or the plumbing is diagnosed with rusty pipes, or you are diagnosed with a sore throat, something like that. It can be used in many, many ways. So, oh, nice, looking good. Yes, you've got it, guys. You've got it. Identified. Well done. If you didn't get it, just write it down, because now you won't forget it. Very good. Identified. Last one. I think you'll get that one because it's the last word there. Fantastic. Another word for something that is fantastic. Yes. Fanciful. Awesome. Good. Well done. So now we've actually looked at the words that are going to be in the stories we've just looked at. Okay, so let's have a look over here. This is my book report recipe. Okay, so those of you that like baking or making things or doing science, this is my little recipe to remember how to answer a book review. Okay, when you're looking at a book, these things will always come up. Always going to ask you. It's not going to change. Okay, so take notes. Right. So these are the steps to a good book recipe, report or book review. Number 1 cup of plot. Now, a cup of plot means to tell briefly what the story is about. Remember we read that little summary about Silly Mr. Harper and Surfing Sally? That summary is your plot. It tells you briefly what the story is about. It's just a short description, because you don't want to give the story away, because then no one's going to read your book. You want them to read your book. You only give little bits of information. Okay? 2 teaspoons of characters. You mention who are the main characters, so who's in the story, and you just give a little description of them. For example, Mr. Harper. Remember in the book review, in the book summary, it says that he's a silly old man. Okay, so there's your description. It's short and it's sweet, and you can get an idea in your head of who it is. Okay, so number 3 is 2 tablespoons of excitement. So we're going to pick a short passage, which is a short sentence from the book, okay? It describes something that happened in the story. Like, for example, one of the short stories about Silly Mr. Harper is he's going bald and he doesn't know what to do, okay? So you can pick something exciting about that and write it in your little description. Half a cup of opinion. That is what you think. So if you went and you read the book, what do you think? Do you like it? You don't like it? Remember, if you don't like a book, or if you like a book, you need to say why. And not just, it's boring, or I don't know. It needs to be a bit more detail. For example, if you like a book, you say, yes, I like the book because it was so funny. I was laughing right through it. If you didn't like a book, you could say, I did not like this book because it was too boring. And the reason why it was too boring, there were too many difficult words and I couldn't enjoy the story. So you've got to be really detailed in why, okay? And 1 teaspoon of recommendation, for example, whom do you think would enjoy the book? So Silly Mr. Harper is a book for children because it'll make them laugh, okay? Surfing Sally is a book for age 2 right up until age 100. So adults and children can read that book and enjoy it. Okay? Are you still with me? I hope you're writing this down. Yeah? Good. Yeah. So next, the last one, number 6, is to finely sprinkle on some little toppings. So you need to give the title of the book. Okay. You need to give the name of the publisher, author. That's very important. Name of the author. Okay. Number of pages, genre. Okay. So I see some of you enjoy reading, little reading along with your chat, and I see that some of you really enjoy reading. And if you don't get all this information down, I will have it available for you to get at a later date, and we'll give you the hashtag lockdown. Okay, so if you don't get it all written down, we'll make a plan. Okay, that's it. Someone mentioned stars. Very good. When you want to recommend a book, they always give stars. Who knows the highest number of stars they give a book? Who knows? What's the highest number of stars you can give a book? 5. Excellent. It's 5. Okay, so excellent book that everybody will read will get 5 stars. If it's really, really good, it'll get 4 stars. Okay, so we're going to actually have a look at a book just like that. Genre, remember genre I said is whether it's a fantasy or non-fiction or fiction. Okay, so keep your eye out for that. Okay, this is my little helper. This little owl helped me put together this recipe. Okay, so let's do one together, because I think the best way to learn how to do this is actually to do it yourself. I'm going to do it with you. Okay, so I chose this book because I love owls. All right, and this one has a title, it has an author, and it has an illustrator. Okay, so, and this is what you find at the back of the book. All that writing is a summary that you find at the back of the book. Okay, so remember the 4 questions I'm going to ask you. Who is the author? What is the title of the book? Who is the illustrator? What do you think it's about? Is it going to be funny? Is it going to be serious? It's going to be exciting. Okay. So now we go to a clearer picture. That's the first question. Title. What is the title of the book? Yes. Got one answer there. I'm waiting for a few more. Okay, so the title is Owl Who is Afraid of the Dark. And who is the author? Good praise. Sihle, good. Afika, good. Good. I'm getting some nice. You can all see what the title is. And the author, very good. Jill Tomlinson. Very good, guys. Okay, so Jill Tomlinson. All right. So now we have illustrator. Who's the illustrator? Good, Neo. Kagiso. Good. Yes. Excellent. Well done, guys. Well done. Illustrator is, you are right, Paul Howard. Well done. You're doing well. Okay. Next question. Right, the genre. That's an interesting one. The genre, do you think it's a fiction, true story, non-fiction? Do you think it is a fable? What do you think it is? Someone said animal fiction. Someone said true story. Okay. Fiction, fable, myth. Okay, very good. It is a fiction story. Okay. And it is about animals. So it is an animal fiction story. And apparently Usually, from what I've seen, it sounds like a classic, which means that it's an old favorite. When something's a classic, it's an old favorite. For example, your grandchildren would read the book. That means it's a classic. Okay, it never gets old. Okay, so let's have a closer look at the summary. Okay, this will give us just a little bit more detail. Okay, so arc is wonderful. Now, you notice that it's got an ellipsis there. That just means that it has 3 full stops at the end. In other words, this sentence is incomplete. It has speech marks. So this means that these words, this sentence has been taken from the book. Okay, it's actually a sentence inside the book. The dog is wonderful. Plop, the baby barn owl, is afraid of the dog. He's sure Ark is nasty. Then Mrs. Barn Owl sends him down from his nest hole to ask about the dog. And he meets a little boy waiting for the fireworks to begin. An old lady, a scout out camping. A girl who tells him about Father Christmas. A man with a telescope and a black cat who takes him exploring. Is Plop a night bird after all? Okay, so they're not going to give you the answer because now you have to read the book to find out. Okay, so it says filled with gentle humor. It means it's funny in a good way and comfort. This classic of children's literature. So remember, classic, I said, is something that never gets old. It's a story that will never get old. And it is beautifully illustrated by Paul Howard. A tiny gem. So when somebody puts in their opinion, it's going to look like that. It's got the speech marks because they said it. Morgan Russell Williams is the person's name. And she writes for The Guardian, which is a newspaper. Okay, so she obviously read the book. Maybe even her children read the book, and she thinks it's a tiny gem. And remember, a gem is a jewel, so it means it's precious. The lovely new edition, apologies, I'll read that again. I missed a word. In a new lovely addition to Treasure, this book is part of the Egmont Classic series and contains special bonus material at the back. That means it's a series of books, so there's going to be more. It also means that it's got special activities or things at the back. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You get the book and you find out. Okay. So you see it's got a few stars. I know they're a bit all over the place, but how many stars do they have? How many stars? Yes, I see your hand up there. Very good. 4, well done. 4, good girl. So there are 4 stars. That means very good, Naledi. Regali. Sorry, I can't say your name correctly. I have to read very quickly. Okay, so it's got 4 stars, which means it's really good. Now, grade 5s, remember, this is a real book. It's actually out there. You can go and actually read this book. So I didn't make this book up. Okay, right. So let's see what we have to know about this book. Characters. Who are the characters? There's quite a few in this story. Okay, so who's the characters, grade 5s? Yes, a barn owl, and his name is Plop. Very good. Who else is in the story? There's more than that. Mrs. Barn Owl, well done. Who can see the other characters? There's Plop and Mrs. Barn Owl. Who else? A girl. Good. A girl who tells him about Father Christmas. A black cat. Well done. Father. Old lady. Scout. Very good. Well done. Okay, are you ready for the next part? Setting. That means where does this children, sorry, children, where does the story take place? Where does the story take place? Looking at you also relaxed makes me want to get a bit relaxed. Okay, so where does the story take place? So is it in a city? Is it in the field? Is it in the sea? Where does it happen? Okay, in the woods, in a nest, in the dark. Okay, so woods, very good. Okay, so it takes place in his nest hole. Very good, and so it's going to be a tree as well. Bill, you can type me a question. What's wrong? You have a question for me? Okay. All right, so we see the setting is a nest hole. That is a good answer, because that's all the information they give you. Beginning, what do you think is going to happen in the beginning of the story? No, Pearl, you're not supposed to buy the book, sweetheart. I'm just telling you that it is a book that's out there if you want to read it, but you don't have to buy it. Not at all. It's just a book I used because it looked so interesting. Okay. So, no, okay, I'm just going to reaffirm that grade 5s, you do not have to buy the book. Okay, we're just using it for today's example. Okay, so in the beginning, the owl was born and he's scared of the dark. Okay, very, very good. What else happened in the beginning? Okay, so we know that he's scared of the dark. What do you think happened in the middle of the story? Okay, so now we know he's scared of the dark. What happened then? Yes, okay, good. Meet some friends. Well done. So in the middle of this, in the beginning of the story, he was scared and he was scared of the dark and his mommy chased him out the nest, like, go and find out why you worried about the dark and why it's scary. And then he meets all these friends. He was convinced that the dark is not that scary. Okay, that's someone skipping ahead. Well done. Good thought, but that is the ending. Very good. So in the beginning, he's scared of the dark. In the middle, he meets all his friends. Okay? And in the end, do you think he's scared of the dark? No. Well done. No, he's not scared of the dark anymore. Very good. So now, do you think the story will be, now remember, you haven't actually read it yet, you've just read the back of it. So just by reading the summary of what you know, do you think it's serious? Do you think it's boring? Do you think it's going to be funny? Do you think it's a good story? So someone thinks it's going to be boring. Okay, that's fair enough. You're allowed to have that opinion. Absolutely. Someone thinks it's going to be funny. Good. Someone thinks it's going to be a good story. Nice. Okay, so there is no right or wrong with this question unless they say it maybe in the back that it's going to be funny. But it does say in the piece, filled with gentle humor and comfort. So that would help you answer it. You could say this book is going to this book is going to have gentle humor and it's going to be comforting. Okay, to read. Now, I'm sure that there are many people out there who might have siblings or little sisters and brothers or someone they know that is scared of the dark. And this is a good book that maybe they can read to make them feel better. Okay, so that's why these books are quite nice in that sense. Okay, so let's move on. Now it's your turn. Now we have a book. This book we just made up, okay? So we've got a picture, we've got a title, we've got an illustrator. So you grade 5s are going to now tell me who is in the story. So you're going to write this down, okay? I'm going to go through all the question areas first. Who, what is the story about? Where does it take place? So you've got to think by looking at the cover. When do you think it's going to happen? Looking at the tree's leaves and what does the day look like in the picture? How do you think it's going to end? Okay, so these are the questions just by looking at this cover. Who do you think the story is about? What do you think happens in the story? Where do you think the story happens? When do you think it happens? And how do you think it happens? Okay, I see some very good participation here, grade 5s. Well done. Quite a lot of you are joining in here. Okay, so remember, not sharing private numbers and information on the chat. It's not very safe to do so, grade 5s. Okay, so please, if you need to make sure that you're participating, if you're going to write on the chat, that you're talking to me and not to one another. Okay, right. So it's about Mary. So that's the who. It's about Mary. Well done. Okay, so what's going to happen? She finds a tree when she's playing. She finds a magic tree. Oh, I like this. Nice ideas, yeah? So the where is a tree. Very good. Okay, so now you've got the who. There's elves. Oh, I like that. Someone said elves. That's going to make it a really interesting story. I wonder what kind of genre it's going to be if there's elves. I'm in a tree. Very good. Okay, so I got some absolutely lovely ideas here from you. I'm going to share a few of them I've seen. So the who is Mary, because the title is Mary Climbs the Magic Tree. What is about a magic tree, and it is about Mary climbing the magic tree because that's what you see and that's what it says. Mary climbs the magic tree. Okay, it's fiction, okay, because it's got magic, and we know magic is not real in the sense of the story because it's a made-up story, so it's fiction. Where? A tree. Well done. And how? So someone made a suggestion that she climbs a magic tree and turns into an elf. That's an interesting ending. Okay. She sees something strange up the tree. Ooh, that looks interesting. I think I want to read this book. You guys have some nice ideas, yeah? Happens in the day. Very good. Well, and fairies. Oh, we like to add fairies in our stories, don't we? Okay, so this is the second book, and it will appeal to sporty people. Okay, so we have a big soccer ball bouncing in the page. Who, what, where, when, how. Okay, so now if you notice the time, we have 10 minutes left. So I'm quickly going to scroll to the end part of the slide because I want to share something with you and then we'll come back. Okay? This slide will be available for you to look at any time. Okay. So I want to move a bit forward because there's something I really want to share with you. It is a website. You need to ask your parents for permission though. There's a website called flipgrid.com. Okay? Now I would like you to tell me, like the way I'm talking to you now, I want you to tell me about your favorite book. Okay? I need to know the author, I need to know the title, illustrator, and a little bit what it's about. This is what, you see the kitty cat there? That is what my Flipgrid page looks like. So if you go into, with permission, www.flipgrid.com, all you do is type in this code, CUNY8915. It will ask you for a code. You just type it in and it'll take you immediately to the page. Then you click on the big green button with a white cross. See that button? It looks like that. And then you record, pushing that button, you start telling me your story, your book, okay? Your favorite book, your author. Okay, so this is a very easy way of doing it. So you can see, make sure you ask your parents, that's important. Type in the flip code and click the response button to share your favorite book with me. This is some fun activities I have for you. It's a beautiful website with some coloring in pages. I tried to find one that was online, but I'm still looking for you. This is build a puzzle. This you can do online on your computer, so you don't need to print anything or make anything. You can actually build this puzzle. It's an owl puzzle. Okay, so you can build this one online. This is some arts and crafts. If you're bored and you're looking for something fun to do or something fun to make, you can make these little owls on this site here. Okay. If you have any questions or you need to ask me something or send me your work if you can't do it through Flipgrid, these are my handles, my Twitter handle, my Instagram handle. This is our African Geeks handle and #lockdownschool. Okay, so you know where to find us. All right. Now I want to go back to our soccer ball while we have a few minutes left. All right. You can also share with me on Flipgrid. Remember that number I gave you. You can also share your answers for this activity. You're just recording your voice or a video of yourself. Okay, so you can tell me who is in the story, what it's about, when do you think it happened, where do you think it happened, how do you think it happened. Okay, there's no right or wrong. All right, and then I want to know from you, you can even share this with me with the hashtag, do you think the following books are important to have in storybooks? Are the following things important? Should the story be exciting? Should it have bright, clear drawings? Should it have clear writing? Should it be the price? Should it be expensive or should it be affordable? Okay, and does it teach you a lesson? Should it teach you a lesson? Okay, so those are a few ideas. I want to know from you if you think these should be in storybooks. Okay, so your task is to read your favorite book, do a book review or book report about it. It's just what we did today. A book review and a book report is basically who, what, where. Okay, and then I will definitely look forward to seeing you next time, tomorrow at the same time. And tomorrow we'll be doing comprehension. Okay, so I'll see you then, guys. Thanks for joining me. Bye.